Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten 774 here, bringing you the next video in our walkthrough for Nancy Drew's Secret of the Scarlet Hand. We are just about to get started on our list of chores. It's just... oh. A knob. Knobs are helpful. Property of Sunny June. Cookie gold right here. So, anyone who has played the Nancy Drew games knows that this is the game where Sunny June is first introduced. He pops up a lot. Let's see, he gives us... this is what I was talking about in one of my previous videos, the hints to the Buell game. It's based on Blaise Pascal's triangle. Sunny likes to doodle. Blah, 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 stop losing my things. Blah, 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 stop breaking my stuff. I mean, those sound like reasonable things to ask of someone. Get to work, Sunny. A little bit of money up her sleeve, maybe. These maps will be super helpful for one of the puzzles that are coming up. They are definitely something that I would jot down in your notebook. Highly recommend that. Big trouble now. I wonder who ratted out on me. Must have been that Cocoa Bandit. Whoops, I hear Storm and Joanna coming over. Better hide this. Joanna found out about the string cheese incident. Oh, Sunny. You and your... I don't want to say mediocrity, because I think he just doesn't care. Cocoa Kringle. This is also the game where we're first introduced to Cocoa Kringles. Made Wickford, which is the castle that Nancy stayed at in Treasure in the Royal Tower. Sunny's a big fan of the Cocoa Kringles. Alright, so let's get started on our to-do list. We need to, since we're here, we might as well try ordering some bubble wrap. Any good numbers here? Ooh, order ASAP. There's a sale on bubble wrap. It's at Silvio's Curatorial Bonanza. 555-9963.
You have no voicemail.
555-9963. That was the number, I think.
Silvio's Curatorial Bonanza.
I'd like to place an order, please.
Have you ordered from us before?
Yes, I think so. We have an account number.
Okay, good. That saves me a lot of paperwork. What's the account number?
BH119K.
BH119K? Beach Hill? Are you serious?
You sound surprised. I guess you were expecting Sunny June?
I was expecting Beach Hill to settle its accounts with me about 6 months ago. I've sent all 6 of the outstanding invoices to a collection agency. And you jokers won't get another packing peanut out of Silvio Jr. ever. Do not call here again.
Ooh. That was a bummer. I guess we won't be ordering bubble wrap, so we can cross that off our list. Next thing, we should probably run this addenda. Addenda, it is an addenda, over to Alejandro del Rio at the Mexican consulate. Well, here, let's look in this room first. So we'll use this when we're arranging the number display. There's a bunch of storage boxes in here. Some of them we can just kind of look at. This has a lock on it. Since it's locked, that makes me want to open it. Classic Nancy Drew. Looks like a delivery zone for packages. What do we got? Ooh, Sunny's stuff. Sunny's stuff, a disc. Oh, hey, there's the other start of the pottery that we need to do. There's a magazine about Mayan stuff and aliens. Sunny does love his aliens. He's an alien fan. Totally thinks they're real. Tabasco, Mexico. Palenque. Well, okay, let's put the pot together first since we have all the pieces now.
There, now I can start putting this together.
So we can click here to rotate, and then it's just a jigsaw puzzle. Kind of look and see what pieces fit where. That doesn't fit there, that one was fit. And you're gonna want to do the bottom first, because you can't defy gravity and have the pieces on the top floating in midair. Even though this is a computer game.
That's done.
There we go. Perfect. So we fixed a pot. Simple as that. We are experts. Masterful work. Now let's go meet Alejandro del Rio and bring him this important paperwork that was a paper airplane. So maybe not as important. So he's at the Mexican consulate. Oh yeah, and then Taylor Sinclair wanted us to talk to him too. He was all frantic about something in the last video. We'll have to go talk to him too. Consulado General de Mexico. Provenance, the history of ownership. Typically, legal transfer of ownership happens either as a sale, an inheritance, or a gift. Provenance documents are an important means of establishing an artwork's authenticity as well as confirming the legality of its ownership. That sounds nice.
How may I help you?
Buenos dias. Me llamo Nancy Drew. I have some paperwork for you regarding the loan of the Palenque monolith to Beach Hill.
So, you're Joanna Riggs' newest pirate in training. How does it feel to join the ranks with the modern-day conquistadors?
I beg your pardon, but how does a deputy curator become a pirate in your book?
You had better brush up on your history, young lady. When the Spanish explorers invaded Mexico, they became known as the conquistadors, or conquerors. They robbed the indigenous peoples of their wealth, not just their gold, but their artwork, their sacred objects. Anything they did not steal, they burned to the ground.
Alejandro, I understand that many crimes were committed in the name of exploration, but that was hundreds of years ago. What does this have to do with Beach Hill?
There is more. In the 19th century, archaeologists discovered the ruins of ancient civilizations predating even the Aztecs. Many of the dig sites were robbed, and the stolen artifacts were sold off to art museums and collectors around the world. Today, finally, it is illegal among most civilized nations to remove an artifact from its native country. But sadly, there are thousands of precious antiquities with highly questionable provenance floating around the Western world.
What do you mean by questionable provenance?
An artifact's provenance is the story of its origin and ownership. For example, how it made its way from a temple at Chichen Itza to a museum in Washington, D.C. If the artifact's provenance reveals that it has been stolen, then that artifact must be returned to the country of its origin.
Then the relics at Beach Hill must all be legitimate, right?
No, not at all. Provenance documents are often tampered with or forged to cover up the theft. Because of this, thefts continue and a great deal of art is moved on the black market, even today. Unethical art dealers and greedy museum curators do nothing to stop this.
And to you, these people are no better than pirates, is that right?
If Joanna Riggs or that overstuffed pillowhead Sinclair had any decency, they would take measures to see that all Maya artifacts were returned to Mexico at once where they belong.
And what if these measures are not taken?
My country will have its due, Nancy, even if I have to begin reclaiming its artifacts with my own two hands.
Okay, that's not at all sketchy, Alejandro.
I admire your conviction, Alejandro. Lucky for me, the Palenque monolith is only here on loan from Mexico.
I am still not happy that such a rare find will have its debut exhibition on American soil. But in my country too, there are people for whom money talks. I will take those documents now.
Oh, Here you go.
Thank you. I have some business with Joanna at the museum later, so I will return the contract to her then, after I have looked it over.
Are you sure? I don't mind waiting.
You may consider your mission accomplished.
Well, okay then.
Goodbye.
I love how he's like, get out of my office now. I'm not giving them back to you. Let's head over to Taylor Sinclair's office, because he also wanted to talk to us. We're very popular. Well, actually, Alejandro probably didn't want to talk to us at all. Hello.
It's about time! Oh, my fears are like maggots infesting my poor old carcass. Want a cookie? They're from Oaxaca.
Okay, you can't talk about maggots and carcasses and then offer me a cookie.
Thanks, but I'm trying to cut back. Now, what's going on?
The art world is being ransacked, Nancy. Prudence Rutherford, a major patron of the arts, had her fire ruby necklace stolen from her villa in Topeka. 2 weeks later, a whole display case full of rare Maya artifacts was heisted from a museum in New Mexico.
Do you think there's a connection between the two thefts?
Who knows? I'm just telling you, this community, our friends and colleagues, my people are being systematically trounced by thugs. Who's to say Beach Hill won't be next? You've got to do something.
Doesn't Beach Hill have a security system in place?
The museum has a basic alarm system, but it's not exactly state-of-the-art. I've urged Joanna to approach the board about making some security upgrades, but she just keeps saying that the timing isn't right to ask for money.
I understand your concern, but what can I do to help?
We need your eagle eyes. We need your bat ears. We need you to sniff out the stink of trouble.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I'm just a detective, you know. I'm not bionic.
Don't play modest mouse with me.
Okay, no more flattery. Hey, that's an interesting piece, there by your desk. Something tells me it's not a Maya artifact.
How about that rubber shark? The artist's name is Poppy Dada. She's a teenager in South Dakota. The art world is going bananas over her stuff. I'll unload that one for some serious dinero.
Is Poppy Dada her real name?
I don't know.
Joanna says you performed an act of wizardry in helping Beach Hill acquire the Pakal carving.
Getting those provenance docs together was a pig and a half. Oh, they're on the up and up, I assure you. But to have been at the height of my career back before the crackdown, those were the days.
What crackdown?
Maybe sometime I'll tell you a sad story I call How Mexico Lost Its Sense of Humor. Not today, though, Nancy.
I don't know that I'd call it a sense of humor.
Alejandro says you're unethical, a modern-day conquistador, that you're robbing Mexico of its cultural history.
And I say Alejandro is the real bully of the playground, a lunch money extortionist who loves nothing more than to see the other boys and girls go hungry.
When you sell a piece of art, what kind of commission do you get?
Standard, 10%. It's no king's ransom, unless of course you sell something for $1 million. Too bad I'm not allowed to put that monolith on the market, huh?
Yeah, too bad.
I'd better get going.
See you around.
Alright, so Taylor thinks there's some suspicious things going on at Beach Hill, or there might be suspicious things going on at Beach Hill. Either way, he's very concerned. But we've taken care of a couple chores. We can get started on some more as we get back to Beach Hill, and we'll probably...
Good thing Franklin gave me the museum key.
Oh yes, that's good. Alright, so we'll probably get started on that in our next video. I'll see you then, fellow detectives.